Sit. Huh? Oh, this is so fun! Come back with my jump pack! Hey guys, welcome to this video. There is a storm raging outside, so I apologise if you can hear background noise, that kind of thing. I think the Eye of Terror is opening, but other than that, this video is about the Canoness, and we're talking about the Sisters Battle Beta Codex in Chapter Approved 2018. This is a HQ choice, as she always has been, and she basically got a lot better. So, let's get into this, shall we? First thing Canoness has is she is power free. She's the same amount of points as before, which is 45, which is very cheap. Movement 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill 2+, and she can reroll those with her rerolling ones to hit, so that's nice. Strength and toughness 3, 5 wounds, not shabby at all. 4 attacks, leadership 9, and a 3+ save. She also has a 4-up invulnerable save, which is very nice. Now on top of that, she has Shield of Faith, useless for her, but there we go. Unless you take that special relic for that to increase it to 2d6, so it's like a regular Psyched's Eye. She does have Acts of Faith, of course, which really helps. She has her special rule, which I've already mentioned, Lead the Righteous, which is you can reroll to hit rolls of 1 for friendly units within 6 inches. That is in melee and shooting both, so that is pretty good. Keywords, she does have the order keyword, so that's a big plus. She is infantry, and she's got all the relevant keywords you would want. She starts with just a bolt pistol and frag and crack grenades, which is a bit lame, but that's fine because you'll probably be upgrading her, and if not, at least she's cheap. Upgrade wise, she can pretty much take everything you'd expect, so she can take any kind of ranged weapon or pistol. She can't take special weapons or heavy weapons, obviously, but she can take something from the melee weapons list, so she can replace her bolt pistol essentially with one of the ranged shooty ones, and she doesn't have to replace anything to get a melee weapon, so that's nice. Okay, so basically she is our Space Marine captain, and she is primarily used as such. She got a lot better in the index because the double movement Act of Faith meant that she could always stay relevant and in position. Generally speaking, she doesn't have much long-range shooting besides just a regular bolt gun. You can, of course, give her a Condemner bolt gun, which is not bad for a single point, making her 46 points. That's not bad when she's pretty much always going to hit. Okay, relic-wise, she can take pretty much anything. She can take the Mantle of Ophelia, so you can, as a relic, so you can bump up her invulnerable save to a 3+. Personally, I wouldn't bother, unless for some reason you know you're going to want it. But at the end of the day, she's still a toughness 3 model, and it's still a 3-up save either way. So for +1 to her invulnerable save, it seems like a bit of a waste of a relic slot. Personally, I think there's better things out there. For instance, I believe it's the Book of St. Lucius. Yes, the Book of St. Lucius is the one that increases aura abilities by 3 inches. That's pretty good if you combine it with a Warlord trait that has that too. So basically you could have 2 aura abilities running at the same time, which are 9 inches, and then there's also stratagems as well, so it's pretty good for a Warlord. So Book of St. Lucius is definitely a decent one. Again, Brazier Eternal Flame, which is the Deny the Witch thing. You could do that. That's not terrible. You're probably better off taking that on something that moves a bit faster, like a Seraphim Superior or something, but, you know, that's an option. Personally, I think Litanies of Faith is better off on something that's at the back. So if you've got a very cheap Canoness, you could take a Litanies of Faith on her, but we'll get into that in a bit. So basically my favourite relic to take on her is the Blade of Admonition, because it's such a good weapon. It's something that I would take for any army, essentially. It's that good a melee weapon. And on Sisters of Battle character with 4 attacks, which could easily become 5 attacks at base strength of 4 because of the Order Convictions, or if you have a priest nearby, or various other warlord traits, you could get a lot of attacks with this beast. I do really like it, and of course she's hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s, so it's very, very nice. Does 3 damage a pop. I have one-shot Typhus. In the last game I played, it was amazing. Basically got the Act of Faith to attack before he got to do anything, and I just chopped him just completely wiped him out from full health to none. It was so funny. My opponent was not too impressed, but it was still really fun. Obviously, you can't quite rely on that anymore, and it doesn't work quite the same. But the Act of Faith for the Passion, this is a good place to put it if you're building her to be an attacky, beat sticky kind of character. She's going to put out a lot of damage at 3 damage a pop. Basically hits a bit like a Penitent Engine, but more reliable in the amount of hits it gets. So, you know, I like it, and obviously significantly cheaper, significantly more durable, and much easier to get in, so it's all good. So yeah, there's effectively 2 ways to build the Canoness now. One of them is what most people seem to want to do, and has always been tried and tested. For 45 points, use it to fill out a detachment, because why not? You could make her a warlord because it keeps her safer. Keep her at the back. She'll support Retributors, letting them reroll to hit. Give her the Book of St. Lucius to increase her aura. And she can also support Exorcists, which is very good. So if you have a gun line element to your army, a Canoness is probably the best support unit for them now. Now, what I used to like to give her there was a Stormbolter, so she could also lend some attacks, that kind of thing. I consider that now because it's 2 points. Or what you could do if you really wanted was load her up a bit more. Actually give her some decent weaponry. You could give her a melee weapon, and you could give her an Inferno pistol. She's not going to do much shooting until the enemy get nearby, but then she also works as a counter assault, so things that do get to your backline and threaten your Exorcists and your Retributors, she could actually hold them up or chew them down slowly and basically take them out of the game, leave your things ready to shoot and still getting their bonuses. So that's not bad for very, very cheap. Now, personally, I like to load her up and send her forward and support my moving forward units. I'm a very aggressive player, especially when I'm playing my Sisters of Battle. I like to send everything forward to the point where I more or less usually abandon a gun line element to my army and just have everything going forward, because it's so much fun and people panic. So having something to support that and basically get stuck in melee is pretty good, and she's one of our better melee units. So you can build it both ways, and to be honest, you can have multiple Canonesses, so why not just do both if you want? That's also good. So that's basically how I'd use it. It's a shame they did not give her the jump pack rule, sorry, the option to take a jump pack, because that means we'd have an alternative to Celestine and I suppose the Gemini now in supporting our Seraphim. It would be amazing. I still don't know why they haven't done it. I'm guessing it's because they're just limiting everything based on models now. Maybe that will be an option when the plastic ones come out. I suspect we're going to get some kind of Sororitas jet bike though instead, and I think there'll be an option to take a Canoness on a jet bike instead, but that's just me spitballing. I just have this funny feeling that's what's going to happen there, because they like the whole bike thing and the Custodians got their jet bikes. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. But for now, it's a shame that she can't keep up with those other elements. And she could previously in some ways, but with the move twice Act of Faith. But, you know, for now, the best Act of Faith on her is obviously the Passion. The one where they can heal. That's always so good, keeping her alive. Otherwise, you're probably not going to want anything. The +1 to hit isn't going to do anything for her unless you give her some kind of combi weapon, at which point it basically nullifies the effects of shooting both weapons at the same time. But honestly, that's not going to make too much of a difference either way. The good thing is that basically all of the weapons, the ranged weapons, did get cheaper apart from Stormbolter and Condemner, of course. So you have more options in how you equip her. Basically, Inferno Pistol getting cheaper has more or less cemented my opinion on always taking it. Inferno Pistols are so good because they can be shot in close combat as well, so it's an extra high strength attack, which means you can basically take out characters that are threatening you. So good. That's what I would do personally. Now obviously this model here has a power axe. I have been using it as the Blade of Admonition because although in the fluff it says it's a power sword, it's supposed to replace a power sword, it's a blade of admonition, so an axe is perfectly fine, and it's a fancy looking battle axe anyway. Although of course I do have this model that I'm still going to paint with an actual power sword, so that can work as a Blade of Admonition as well. The point being, if you have a power axe and you have to play WYSIWYG and that kind of thing, you can still take the index entry, which is exactly the same. You just use the points costs and things of that. The same goes for the Eviscerator. You can still have Eviscerators, you just have to use the index Canoness. And fortunately, all of the rules translate over, so there is absolutely no difference. It just means you can equip them how you wish, so that is good. So basically, Canoness is a win overall. She got slightly cheaper thanks to her weapons loadouts options. She got slightly better overall thanks to the convictions. She does miss some of those really strong acts of faith, but the new ones can do the effect, and if she's riding in a transport, it's all good. If you really want to protect her, I'd suggest a small Celestian bodyguard, although honestly, it's not really necessary because she is a character. You can hide her from being attacked for the most part, and just a regular squad of battle sisters would suffice. So that's basically it for the Canoness. Pretty straightforward, but yeah, she works well. I will most likely be taking one in every game. I usually do anyway, but I just really like the model. I also really like just the fact she's a regular sister of battle leader. No fuss, no muss, it's great. So that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to comment and like and share and subscribe and all that hoo-ha. And I will see you in the next tactical video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.